this week's podcast. Before I start, you'll notice we talk about Nicola sharing her phone number, which unfortunately we both forgot. I usually edit podcasts the day before I publish them, so it's partly both our thoughts. What I am going to do is put a link to her website in the dialogue. So listen, I think it is an excellent app. Listen to more, please. Welcome to Stand Up, Speak Out UK. I'm getting old, the guest show. And today my special guest is Nicola Tennant. And I've known Nicola for a few years. She's not paying me to say this. She should do. Amazing woman. She's created an app. And I actually did a press release for her. I've never done a press release before. I did it because I believed in the app. Welcome, Nicola.
Hello, Ian. How are you? Hi.
I'm living.
I can see that, my dear.
Well, nobody else can. They're lucky.
Woody.
Why don't you tell us what this app is?
Well, do you want the long version or the short version? Do you
Up
want
to
to
you.
start with why the app?
Why not? Yeah, go on. Tell me why. Why did you do it?
The reason for the app, I don't know if your viewers know my story or
No.
think, but I was your typical runaway from the care system to London, bright lights, got myself into a lot of trouble, but also got myself out of it. Um, I'm paying for it for the rest of my life, which I accept that. Uh, but because I was able to get myself out of it and to help myself with knowledge on how to get to actually to create the tools to survive for
Mm.
me, right?
Yeah, go on.
And then after that, it was like after I got off the streets and seeing still work, I'm working. I mean, I've been doing this work for like 20 odd years now, being in from start to finish. Well, it's 40 years this year. Uh, but the reason for the app is knowledge is power. Knowledge is how to get yourself out of a scenario. Knowledge is taking the abuse out, getting help. Knowledge is being able to sit down and soak it in your own quiet time.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Sorry. You said
yeah,
taking the abuse about getting help.
yes.
What did you mean by that?
Well, when I was on the streets, I didn't want people battered like every time I walked into like the Salvation Army and for a bit of breakfast. Not always. I wanted them bombarding me with, oh, would you like us to sort the benefits out? Oh, would you like us to do that? Sometimes it's about, well, this is supposed to be a safe space. I just want to sit and eat my breakfast and drink a cup of tea. If I want the help, I've got the information here. It's a free app. I could just have a look. I can see where the nearest service is. But I know also that these services have been looked into to see if they're worthy to be on the app in the first place.
Now I've got to clarify a few more things that you said. I know your history. You've spoken about a lot in the past.
Yeah.
I understand that sometimes services sort of like bombard you with their help, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so maybe it's not abuse, but it's just the way I put it because I do have brain damage, which
Sorry?
I
Yeah.
don't understand. So I'm very, what comes out my mouth comes out my mouth.
Mm. But the edit in my question line is we haven't mentioned the name of the app and how they access it and how easy is it to access. I know, but I'd like to hear from you.
To start with, the app is, I would put it like the yellow pages of every single service that is available to you to help you, whatever crisis you're in. Not necessarily homeless. You've got a category of all different services that
Mm.
you can venture into. National ones, your area ones. It's all GPS. Uh,
Once again, the name, Nicola. I think that's
oh,
important.
sorry, people don't know the name yet. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. The name of the app uh, is called Public Support UK, but also for short, PS UK. You
But
know,
if they looked up on, like I know it's
well, it
Google
will.
and Amazon. So
What?
if they want it on Amazon, how will they find it?
Well, it basically. I know I keep saying basically,
I don't know.
but let me just put it out there so everybody knows. We are very, very busy doing updates on Google platforms and
Mm.
Apple platforms for us to be able to keep our place in the app stores and on the Apple stores. We have to do this every year, but it does cost. So, this is me doing it on my own. So people have to bear with me. So what we created as well is a live um, website, which is also the app, which also has every single service that I'm putting on myself after being checked out, because I have to do my check. Not any riffraff gets to go on the app, and it's a free service. Uh, I then, once you're on the app, sorry, we're talking about the live, the live web version is a godsend. I mean, straight away, you don't, you all you need to do is get on the link. You've got at your finger point, if you're working behind a desk and you've got a client in front of you, and you're not quite sure if they're missing, because you're in the hotelier business, for instance, but you're not, your gut instinct is saying, oh, something's not quite right here. Straight away, you can see if they're a missing person. That way, you're saving a life as well. You know, uh, you've got obviously the organisations like councils. If you're working behind a desk and you're dealing with clients, no matter what the field is within the category, and you don't know where to go for help, get on, get on it, because I do. Public Support UK does, and the reason probably I'm a bit up on that is I'm more passionate about it is because there is so many services that uh, that is available to people that even the professionals don't know where to go. So when you're bombarded with all the information, it's thingy. So what I've also created is uh, Hot Desk UK. I know I sounded like that because this is a new venture. This Help Desk UK is for service providers only. And what I'll do at the end of the thing is give Ian I'll give you the phone number, Ian,
I'll put it on your
and you can
intro.
put it on. But it is for service providers only, and that's to say,
But what happens if now you say it's for service providers,
yeah,
and we know how some general public can be.
yeah.
They'll phone you up for the service provider's number. How will you know they're not? I won't say how you handle it.
How would I handle it? I would uh, basic. I would have to ask them to politely go to the nearest service that is available to them for their scenario.
So what's the additional
Thanks,
thing?
money.
Okay, let's go to this additional service you're doing now.
Yeah,
Which is part of public. It's really the baby of Public Support UK.
it's communication
Why?
because
What would the service providers get in addition to all the information you got on Public Support UK? That's what I really want to know.
service providers that are working within the criteria
Mm.
that are so overwhelmed that people forget about their mental health. what they're going through, having to face somebody and say, I can't help you, I don't know where to go, because they are drowned in so much information. You know, there's so much pressure on the front line, working behind a desk, whatever. So to give that extra support to a service provider that can actually turn around to their client and say, hang on a minute, boom, make the call, we can put an action plan together, and you know, it helps it's not about taking the work away from the service provider, it's about giving the tools on the way to go, that extra bit of support where, you know, you haven't got, it's nowhere, you haven't got this service anywhere in the country.
Yeah. Well, no, I can see like Public Support UK,
Yeah,
but I'm not. I admit to you, I'm thinking about that. I feel you're going to get a calls from the general public on that number.
I am hoping, I'm seeing how this goes. Sorry.
That's okay.
There's nothing in the future that doesn't say there's in the pipeline of there will probably be in the new year uh,
Well, as
a 30800 number
okay.
for the general public that are seeking help. But for right now, I'm piloting this scheme first.
It's a pilot.
Because I don't want to rush everything, because at the end of the day, slowly catchy monkey, you know. And so let's take it slow so it doesn't fail. Let's help the service providers because there is no help for them.
Now, I will say to our listeners, by the time this might go out, because I don't record things the very week I'm going to put them out, I try and get a supply of recordings on my laptop. And as I said, not most of the things I do are not that, apart from the news one, nothing is date relevant.
Yeah.
So by the time this goes up, your service might be up anyway on the apps. So let's go to the app.
Yeah.
All right. You said you could put on location.
Yes.
And yeah, I tried it. I think I mentioned before. I've written a press release for this.
Oh, can I just say something quickly? Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
On the live link, you can still put on your location.
Okay. Yeah. But I to finish, I will not back something I've got no faith in. I know the amount of work Nicola's done because I used to phone her up. Oh, sorry, I'm working on the app. She was obsessed with it. Oh, she still is. But it's a good app.
Yeah.
It does help you. I know how to use it, but I'm not here to explain to people how to use it.
You want me to explain?
Yes, correct. You've got the star. Explain how somebody would use the app. Say if they wanted, they're looking for housing advice. Let's use that one.
Okay. So what you would do, you would go on the app, you would straight away press the refresh button because you've already got your location on. Then what you would do, you would then go down the list of the categories and you'd go to councils. Straight away you'll come up with the councils closest to you in your town. Most councils, that's where you would do an application, for instance, if you were homeless, blah, 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 blah. So the first stage would obviously to go to the council, so you know where to go, it's information. Also, you'd be able to press on the, if you've got Wi-Fi, even if you haven't got Wi-Fi, you're connected to your town's Wi-Fi while you're walking about. You just press on the website and all the information will come up on what you need to do, the emergency phone numbers, blah, 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 blah. Bob's your uncle. Let's see what happens from there. Also, we've got miscellaneous. Another thing, first place I would like to think is if you was homeless, find your nearest homeless support service. If you can't find that, then I would suggest you go straight on to Citizen Advice, get information. So all this information is on here. Don't get me wrong, I still have a lot of work to do. I've only just recently taken on my first volunteer trainee internship person, which I'm training up. Uh, it's always been me. So if I haven't added you so far, it's not because I don't know you exist. It's because there's only me doing it, and I will not. Obviously, I could do it automatically, like a lot of services, but it's a journey of getting to know the services, getting to see their photographs, being able to publicise what they're doing, and sharing it to the people that need the support, that are pressing on that are thinking, yeah, this is the right place for me.
And okay, that's good explanation. And you already said you give a check of every service.
Yeah.
Which must take ages, I imagine.
It does. It really, really, really does. I mean, apart from the last year, as you know, I've relocated. I've had to set up home again, settle my special needs teenagers, get them settled, blah blah blah. So I'm also I'm now a year behind. This is why I've got a trainee that I'm training up as well. So I'm on catch up. That's why normally we're right on ball with everything because I put 17 hours a day in it.
I know, and then you do overtime.
Yeah,
I
basically.
do know because I sounds like I
Yeah.
call you about
It's
something. Or
reason being though, it's even if it only saves one life, or it helps one client provide like one organisation.
I
Don't you
do,
think that it's absolutely 100% worthwhile my time, worthwhile my sacrifices that I've had to make to be able to carry on and to provide this. Um, and it's a legacy as well because it's something that I can leave behind and it'll still be.
I do know that once only impressed me once. We spoke about this. Okay, a friend of mine contacted me about a woman and her family who was put in temporary accommodation. I'll be having a guest that might have done it by now. Shannon is going to talk about it. I've been in temporary accommodation. The standards are terrible. And Nicola advised me of a legal firm might be able to help her. I didn't know where to go. But we also spoke about missing persons. And the police are now using it. I don't even tell you how the police are using it because we have a few runaways already because of it. But the police are using your app.
Yeah, Southeast.
Southeast.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
I know
we
you.
are fighting also. Oh, well, I can't really go into that, but we are
No, I don't know what they're doing, but why they're using it because if
because the
police
reason
use
why
it, it's impossible.
when you're out on the beat or you've one of the hoteliers have called you, front desk has called you to say we've got this person here that we think is a potential suicider. We've also noticed it's a missing person. So the police are going there to the room, so the person doesn't even know, so the person's safe. Because down the south coast, we have Beachy Head, and along that bit there, people from
Find some of the
uh,
viewers what Beachy Head is famous for.
Beachy Head is famous for suicide. All over the world, people come to the south coast to jump off Beachy Head from all over the world. I mean, we have people jump 1 week 27. what I mean, you know, so this is when the birth of the missing persons part came up, it linked to
Mm.
the app, because I spoke to the hoteliers. What could I do to make a difference? What I do to make a difference? And then, so to be able to have that information, we are saving lives.
Mm.
It is saving lives having missing people on there.
Well, I think personally, we're coming towards the end.
Yeah.
Personally, it's an amazing app. I knew about BGL. I didn't know how many people can.
That was once, but like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I must admit, I've got a stupid sense of humor. I think this shift work, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm a great person who believes in life.
Yeah.
But
So
I know you're passionate for this app. I know you can't tell us. I know you've got an idea for the future for it. What you said about a legacy.
it's something I get to.
Sorry?
It's something that's always going to be there to help people because I've been having health problems
Mm.
and I don't know what's going to happen. So I know full well, even if it's only for my own children to use, I know
Mm.
full well I've left something that will always help somebody else.
The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to finish up there. Thank you, Nicola. I think this app is useful. I'm an advocate. I've been an advocate for years for people.
Yeah, you remember my first app, don't you? Well, I went
Yeah.
international with that. That's
Well,
going, by the way.
the thing is, with help, my weakness is honestly, there's no way asking for help. That's my personal weakness.
It's,
And probably if I'd known the app years ago, I would be using the app only, not another person. But I think Nicola would agree with me. This is hand in hand with real human support.
yeah,
We must get help. When I'm actually
that
honestly
choice,
sorry,
that choice.
that choice. But sometimes you got to talk to somebody
Yes, but it's
about
a
it, and
choice.
the app might be the very thing to find you the right person. Because we're all going to have friends who will say, "Oh yeah, do that, do that." They have not gone through the experience you've gone through. They might have also been myself.
We are not playing a game. We are not
Yeah,
playing a game.
myself, Nicola have both been homeless. My experience of being homeless is different, and that's why you got to talk to a professional.
Yeah, we're not
And
playing.
the app will draw you to that professional. So what I will do is Nicola will give me all the details in the writing here below. I'll put it. I've got lots of people coming on with different experiences and different knowledge to share with you. They're all amazing people. A lot of them are from, which Nicola is part of it, the lived experience part of life.
University of Life.
Yeah, that's a college thing. I've got loads of qualifications, but
Got
you,
masters in it.
Nicola went to the University of Life. We
But
can't go fictitious. Thank you very much.
thank you for listening to me.
And thank you, Nicola, for coming.